Oh no, Blossom, stop barking, darling.
Wonderful. Right, let's make a beginning as I remember them saying sometime in a movie somewhere. Um, so tonight we're going to again be doing a kind of guided hypnosis session. And as I said last week, over the next few weeks, we're going to be exploring some more expansive ideas and directions with it. And tonight, it's very much about working with how the mind creates experience, I think you'd say, especially through sensation. So rather than just relaxing or stepping away from the mind, we're going to use it. We're going to guide our attention. We're going to allow sensations to build, and we're going to follow where that takes us during the session. Um, One thing to be aware of, because we're working with hypnosis, if you're really into it, sometimes those feelings, sensations can be quite strong. Um, it can be like a sense of movement or a sudden kind of whoosh or a rush, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong when that happens. I'm saying because with hypnosis, it's one of those things. If something unexpected happens, even if it's something pleasant, um, if we're not expecting it, sometimes we can go and pop ourselves out of the trance because it was unexpected. Whereas if you know it's a possibility, that way, um, when it happens, I've just realized I've kind of done presupposition and all sorts just there without thinking about it. When, when it, oh, it's been a day. When it happens, you can just enjoy and stay in that wonderful state of mind. Only thing you really need to do tonight is just stay with it. As always, and I will re-emphasize this. If there's parts where it's asking you to picture, to visualize, imagine, don't worry if you can't. It literally is asking you to think about it however you think about stuff. And the difference with hypnosis is we're in a state of mind where we can really get into the thought rather than just giving it a token acknowledgement. Nothing to control, nothing to analyze. This is purely about having an experience. And to get the most of it, follow the instructions to the best of your ability and just allow the session to unfold. We'll all experience it slightly differently. Some of us may be more in our heads, some of us may be more in our bodies. Both are fine. And you may just get the end of it just going, well, that's a nice relaxing session, but I'm not sure I really experienced anything. And that's okay also. A little bit like when we do Reiki, uh, the sender doesn't always experience the flow of that energy. And the person receiving it doesn't always feel that energy. But that's okay because it's still in motion, it's still working, just because you don't notice it. Maybe you didn't need to notice it. Maybe you don't need to notice it to really feel by the end of this you get something from it. But let's see. So I'm just going to invite you all to, we know the drill. Have a fidget, get comfortable, just get yourselves nice and ready. And then it's still good when we do hypnosis stuff. It's still good to think about the kind of meditation posture where you're making sure that you can breathe as freely as possible. Because if you're cramped up and restricting your breathing, the likelihood is you're bent over, and that's going to put a strain on your back anyway. So you wouldn't want to do that. So just sitting comfortably. We'll take 3 deep breaths together. And it's not really important to close your eyes on the first breath. And it's probably not important to close your eyes on the second breath. But on the third breath, as you close your eyes, you can relax and just follow my voice. And my voice will go with you. So let's take a deep breath in, hold it, breathe out, deep breath in, hold it, breathe out. Third one, full deep breath in, breathing in, hold it, and breathe out. And just return to your natural breath. There's nothing to do. Just relax. The more you relax, the better you can feel, and the better you feel, the more you can relax. With each word, with each breath, with each moment, with each sound. Just letting go. As you're just resting there, with your eyes closed. And you may notice your eyes, even wish to open them from time to time, and that's fine. Because I really wouldn't want you to not go into a trance too quickly. So much easier just to simply allow that feeling in a shoulder, in a hand, to continue as you listen to the sounds of my voice, the sounds in the room, the sounds outside the room, maybe voices, maybe traffic, other rooms, while you pay close attention to the changes in an arm, a hand, and wonder if you are going to be able to go into a trance while your conscious mind has already begun to drift down, to let go for a while, allowing the body to relax, the mind to relax with it, without knowing at times how much more comfortable you really can become. And sooner or later, we've all had the experience of falling asleep while watching television, paying close attention to the storyline, just closing the eyes a moment to rest quietly, hearing the music, listening to the voices in that comfortably relaxed way. When a word or a phrase reminds you of a particular memory and you drift, dream away for a time. Come back to words again, drift, dream away again. Until the words and the music become a soothing sound in the background of the mind, just for a time. And the conscious mind continues to hear everything of importance to you, while the conscious mind may not notice that you need not listen to everything I say, because you've known all along how much easier it is to learn something when you are relaxed. relaxed. Though I wouldn't want you to relax too deeply at first. So much more important for you to recognize the small changes, tiny changes, barely noticeable, happening in your breathing, in your pulse, in the relaxation of the face, in a feeling of comfort, security, because your unconscious will choose to relax your little finger before those feelings begin in a thumb. Or perhaps your wrist will be the handiest place to begin relaxing. But the conscious mind can enjoy being curious about exactly where those feelings will begin. If you drop a pebble into a pool of water, the water flows in ripples on the surface. But just below the surface, just beneath the surface of awareness, the pebble drifts down. And as the pebble drifts down past the water animals, drifting down past the water plants, gently floating down, nothing is disturbed as it slowly comes to rest on the bottom of the quiet pool. Even the surface ripples become slower and quieter, and beneath the surface, all is still, calm. And you can recognize your ability to relax and comfortably reflect upon your problems in a certain way, remembering those times when you were sure things were one way and they turned out to be something else entirely. Perhaps as a child learning that library is really library, or telling the difference between feet and feet, changing old beliefs, learning new meanings, new ways of doing things. And I wonder if those new feelings, those hypnotic feelings, will stay the same or continue to deepen even more as you try to remember everything I said to you about those TV dreams and pebbles that drift down, sometimes more quickly, sometimes very slowly, drifting. And as you relax there and begin to allow yourself even more the feeling of letting go, with your eyes closed and able to listen, able to hear, able to understand those things needed automatically, with no need to make an effort, no need to try to do anything at all for a while, because it's just so much easier to just allow yourself to drift down now, to let go now. and to allow a light trance, a deep trance, a deeper trance to develop over time, even as you reach the entrance to that place. A place you may have been before, a place in the mind, a restful place where you can explore quite comfortably now whatever along the way occurs, as you allow that comfortable trance to continue to develop, to become a part of your experience, or to become all of your experience. With each breathing in, each breathing out, and thinking about those things that occur deep down inside, where deep thoughts hide, and you can follow that path that leads down into that place, deep down inside the mind. Because the mind has many different levels, many different layers, like the layers of rock or the rings of a tree, created over the years, over the centuries, over the ages. Each age a new layer, each stage a new level of understanding, a new level of learning about something not known about before, or more about something known forevermore, and learning how much more there is to know about how to drift down to those levels down below, to let go of the outside now, and to drift down into the inside, and to enter into a place, a quiet space deep down inside, a safe place to hide, a place where you can go to relax and let go, and to feel that heaviness as arms relax, hands relax, fingers, legs, shoulders relax. Even the back relaxes as the neck relaxes and the face relaxes. And the stomach relaxes and the chest relaxes and the feet relax. Even the eyes relax. And can ears relax while the mind relaxes as well? Or can they relax even more than the rest? The way most people can relax even more than the rest when a roller coaster ride begins and the chains jerk things forward, each car bumping forward, just a bit forward, 1, 2, and 3, rolling forward and beginning that climb, going up that steep incline, pulled up higher and higher, where you can begin looking around now at all the sights and sounds of everything going on all around, way down below. But not Everyone knows how to relax along the way, how to feel peace settling in deep down inside. As the roller coaster keeps going higher, getting closer to the top, and getting ready to drop straight down on the other side, which is the exact moment when some people start holding on really tight and they scrunch up their faces and they squish their eyes closed and hold their breaths, and their stomach starts churning and they begin being terrified that they, it's going to be horrible, while at the exact same time, sitting right next to them, other riders begin to smile, to let go of the bar, to hold their arms straight up in the air, to begin laughing and yelling hooray, looking forward to the fall with increasing joy and excitement, laughing out loud as the cars plunge all the way down, then fly around a corner, turn upside down, twist around for a while those people just keep laughing, knowing somewhere deep inside that is all just a dream here now, an imagined event where you can fly away anytime you want. Just put out your arms and jump over the side, flying off someplace else, going deeper into a trance, then letting go of more and more, and finding it easier and easier to just allow things to happen, to allow the unconscious mind to assume more and more responsibility for taking care of those things needed, so that all you need to do is nothing at all. Just sitting back and going along for the ride, going down deep inside where you can be aware, but do not need to try to do anything there. The way you can be aware of those sensations down there somewhere deep inside, trapped in a bubble, contained in a cloud, unreachable right now, but beginning to grow, beginning to develop into something big, something bigger than before, like the tiny excitement of a growing surprise, something getting closer and closer, knowing something is coming, but not knowing what something. Unknown, something hidden, something secret, kept deep inside all this time, starting to break free and to drift up into awareness, getting bigger and closer, a secret surprise feeling, like looking forward to a gift, a present for one and all, behind a door in the back of the mind that you can find now and unwrap now and discover what it is. Because there are many things that you want, but is exactly what you need, including tickets for a new ride, a better ride that furiously flies with an increasing roar straight down towards a pool of brilliant white fire full of pulsating heat that blasts right through you, vaporizing you, turning you into light, floating free. light coming out and streaming away in all directions, filling that space, all space and time, with your own mind, the light of your mind in infinite space, infinite mind filling that space, within an awareness that you are here and everywhere at the same time, but also nowhere as well. And your ability to ride those waves of electrified sensation throughout your entire body, out to the very edge of it all, is the same ability that lets you hear the sun with your skin, touch the stars with your eyes, move the earth with a twitch. And I wonder now, if you can remember a time when you could smell new mown grass, or hear crickets singing, and get lost for a time in the softness of fur. And I wonder as well if you can imagine how it will feel to remember something that will happen next week, or perhaps tomorrow, when that feeling of falling on that brand new ride down into that bright, fiery light in the middle of your mind returns to remind you of something deep inside that remained behind when all else disappeared. Something never ending in the center of it all. Something you share with the creation of it all. That stays with you no matter where you go, or what you forget to remember. It stays there as a part of it all, connected to everything you are, everything you do, everything you ever will be or do. Because it all belongs to you. And it goes right on through like a raindrop, falling back into the ocean, down into the waves, to the source where it all began. Just as we began today, with a letting go and a drifting into a comfortable relaxation. And so now you can begin to drift upward again, back into a refreshing state of wakeful awareness, where being there, aware of your arms and aware of your legs and aware of the sounds in the room, is as easy as allowing yourself to realize that your eyes can begin to feel like they're going to open soon. And the mind can return to a normal wakeful awareness soon, where the body will feel rested and things feel good and fine, even as the eyes are allowed to open now. That's right. Eyes open and returning to a beautiful wakeful awareness. Be here now. That's it. As you get back, have a stretch, feel good. Unless you're me, in which case stretching is an interesting experience. Right. Fiona, Sally's had a good stretch. And a yawn, I'm going to catch that one.
And I've just caught the follow on from that.